100 freestyle. We're taking a look at Derek here in lane 7 from our try meet back on November 14th. I'm going to play the whole 100 straight through, and we'll go back and kind of break it down piece by piece after we watched it one time uninterrupted. All right, so you're 57-0 right there, out 27-6, back 29-4. Split-wise, it's actually really nice. So your second 50 is within 2 seconds of your first 50, so I think that is well done. 57-0 is, I think, technically your fastest flat start 100 freestyle with us, though I certainly do not believe that is the fastest that you are capable of going. Going back here at the start, you do a pretty decent job of getting your head lower than your hips, though I do think we have some room to play around with getting these hips higher. I'd also like to see your foot a little higher on the wedge. Right now your toes are actually on the flat part of the block, and I know we don't have a wedge to practice on in practice. Hopefully by the end of next month, and definitely before districts, we have real blocks and real pool to practice at. But let's get this foot a little bit higher, so we're kind of placing our toes and the ball of our foot right in the middle, and we're not so low, and it's kind of honestly like an awkward position to be in. I'd like to see you relax your neck a little bit. Right now you're looking straight down at the water. Relax the neck, look here towards the wedge, towards the block. All right, buzzer goes off. The first thing you do is react with your legs and your arms, which is great. Your head doesn't really move, it stays in a neutral position. The thing with your arms are you don't really engage the blocks, you just lift them and go straight into a streamline. The good news is you are in a really tight streamline, head is in a good position to hit the water, but we do hit at a little bit of an awkward of an angle. As you see here, there's a slight arch in your back as you're hitting the water, and your legs are not apart. They start to bend a little bit as you hit the water too, so we got to tighten up really like from below the chest all the way through the bottom. Tighten up that streamline. Breakout didn't breathe off the start, which is good. Nice strong kick throughout. I'd like to see you increase the tempo a little bit. This is 100. It's a dead sprint. We got to increase that tempo. You know, this might even be a contributing factor to like you have some energy there on the back half. Your splits are pretty close because you're not really spinning the wheels quite like I'd like to see for 100 freestyle. Now, let me back up a little bit here. Looking at the breath. So notice right here, you take a breath. Look how far underwater your arm is through the breath. Like your head enters the water there, and your arm is nearly out of the water. So what we want to do is, let me back it up. So what we want to do is, like your arm hits here, you need to start to take your breath just a hair earlier, and you need to keep this arm gliding through the breath. So the way you're pulling right now, you're pulling through the entire breath, and that is a much weaker and a much less efficient position to be in. So if we keep our arm gliding up front like you would on a kick on your side type of drill or a 3-pull 6 kick drill, think about when you're resting your ear on your shoulder, you're leading with that arm, and you're holding that breath. That's the position that you want to breathe in while you're swimming freestyle. And here you're just going straight down, and you're losing all the power you could be taking with that left arm through the breath right there on that particular stroke. But it's like that for the entire race. All right, so here, take a look at this flip turn. We got only one kick off the wall. It's basically at the surface, like your heels are literally breaking the surface of the water, and then we just start swimming. So we got to get a little deeper and a breath off the first stroke there. So we got to get a little deeper, commit to 2-3 kicks, Make them good kicks, and then time the break. You got to feel out the water, break it out, and especially on a sprint event, we do not need to breathe on the first stroke coming off the wall. All right, so pretty similar thing there. First breath. Here you start to turn on the wheels. This is some good closing speed, which is, again, why your splits are so close. Technically, this is the best time, but I think we have a lot of room to improve. We have a lot lower to go with that 100 time.